wanted to discuss about this topic for a good while now, and I finally had a chance to start a video essay of some kind about it. Hi, I'm Hydra. I don't really have an intro. I wanted to discuss the whole premise of how speedrunners are using the excuse of speedrunning their games as a way of coping with depression, which is a really unhealthy thing to do. At least in my opinion, as someone who's diagnosed with depression. I've been speedrunning games since, give or take, like 2015-ish. I started with Borderlands 2, then I moved to, I think it was Team Fortress 2 rocket jumping in some form. Then I moved to Cruelty Squad, Quake 3D Frag, and some random games like whatever the hell Bhagat Singh is, or CIA, what was it? CIA Secret Mission Operator, CIA Operated Secret Mission, or something stupid like that. A Quake engine game from 2001. God knows, it's a really bad game. Is all I know, or remember rather. It was kind of fun to play, I guess. I wanted to discuss the entire fact of how speedrunning affects, well, at least me. And judging by the fact that the other people who I've known who ran or run games still kind of use this as a way of dealing with depression in a really unhealthy manner, to at least my eyes, my 4 eyes. I'm gonna kill myself with that joke. Anyway, the whole point of speedrunning is to push your game knowledge, game limits, the general limits of the engine or the game in this case, whether it be Super Mario, whether it be Quake, Doom, Cruelty Squad, whatever the hell you find fun to run. It's just all meant for fun, not really intended to be a severe way of coping with your problems, as many of us do or did do. In my case, I've stopped kind of doing that kind of stuff for sole reasons that it hurt me and my mental state, due to constantly chasing for something bigger, better, always chasing that dopamine rush, as we would say it, or adrenaline rush, or whatever exactly was it. The point is, you were always chasing this end goal by wasting multiple hours or days, weeks, even months, sometimes even multiple years, which is like, what the hell, dude? Get help for just one mild improvement in your time, for that 2 minutes long dopamine rush, which just doesn't make much sense in general, to spend so much time on something so minor, where you already are part of a niche community in a sort of niche genre of gaming, or voice of gaming. This is an unscripted video, as you can potentially tell. It's just me talking talking out of my own heart, out of my own head, without any reading some special script or whatnot, because I don't find that to be from here as much as me just openly talking about it. I'm gonna use myself as an example. In this case, during Cruelty Squad days, during 2022 or 23. I think it was 23. I'm not exactly sure. It's since Cruelty Squad was like really early in development, or really early access, I guess, whichever. They didn't have any secret levels. They only had till arc grid ending. I saw a YouTuber called Yakigome. I'm probably pronouncing that improperly, and I'm really sorry for all the Japanese people. They are actually Japanese, before you say anything. I genuinely apologize if I butchered that. They were the first runner that I've seen run Cruelty Squad, and it kind of got me interested in the game as it is, because it looks kind of interesting. Like, oh wow, look, it's goofy, silly eyesore of a game. Ooh. I liked it. I still like Cruelty Squad, mind you. It's a really fun game. You should try it out, and I actually want to play Psychopathic Law when I have money. Which I don't have money of a freaking game. But well, that's beside the point. I started running the game relatively, really early into the life cycle of the game. Probably like 2-3 weeks since it released in early access, if I remember correctly. I'm not exactly sure, so don't take my word for it as it is. I got into the whole running community. I've joined the Discord server. I've talked with people there. I think I've talked with Yakigame on stream a few times before they stopped running, and I kind of just kept running the game. I kept improving strategies, I kept improving the game, I kept improving levels. I usually ran individual level runs, like you have normal stock weapons, cursed stock weapons, and the super hard, I'm gonna call it that way, category, because I'm not gonna name the entire thing multiple times, which stands for Cursed Punishment Stock Weapons No Implants, meaning you just quote-unquote die in one shot, say it that way. I pretty much ran all of those categories, and it was my personal pride and joy, and I'm still proud of that. What I'm not proud of is everything behind the scenes, which is more personal than I'm willing to share. I will not share any names for privacy sake of other people and for my own sanity, because I don't feel like being shot on sight or something like that. But I digress. The whole speedrunning thing was enjoyable, I was really having fun, but when I started pushing the game to a point where it was like optimized as all hell, micromanaging, that drained my mental health and drained me mentally significantly compared to other stuff that I've done in the game for its time. But the other problem was the whole community as it is. I still really am happy with the community as it was in Cruelty Squad, and still is, because there's still a few people who run the game. Congrats. Good job on those who still run the game. I really respect you guys. Like, you should keep it up. Genuinely. Just want to be honest about that. That's beside the point. Back on the topic. The entire Cruelty Squad community back then was kind of small. I think it was like, well, speedrunning community. It was like 10 of us at most, if I remember. I might not be correct, but I think it was like 10 or 15 of us, or something along those lines. But it was 10 or 15 people that knew each other really well. And new people came in, new things happened, new discoveries, all that kind of jazz, like God Menu, Golden Bullet, all that kind of sort of stuff happened during prime days of Cruelty Squad, let's say that way. But behind the scenes of all that, during COVID, during potentially one of my worst times with my mental health, I was like really sinking lower and lower mentally, and I was still running the game, which I should have stopped as soon as I noticed how much I've been burnt out on the game. And the entire factor of two individuals I shall not name. They know who they are, they know who I am, I will not name them, so I'll just say it that way. The individual one was a prolific speedrunner in single segmented individual level categories. The individual 2 was a runner in the ultra hard category. Well, super hard. I made the harder category because screw you. Anyway. Both of these people caused a lot of personal level issues, let's say that way, where one of them was a complete asshole, to say the least. I try to not swear as much as I usually do, so apologies if I do swear. the other person, when I talked with another friend of mine who also I met on Cruelty Squad server, yeah, they turned out to be a psychopath. Or a sociopath, rather. Both, actually, if I recall. So I'm glad that I distanced myself as much as I could from them. But thanks to that individual, I got into defrag, which is still kind of run, but I'm not competitive in it, I just do it for fun and improve in my own time. But in any case, it all just kind of came up here and fell all at once with my depression, my social problems, my issues with these individuals. Just in general, stuff kind of piled up at once, and I reached my breaking point and I said, I'm done with everything. I pretty much deleted my YouTube channel. My old YouTube channel is pretty much locked out. I can't access it anymore. I've deleted my Discord, I've deleted social media, I deleted a lot of other stuff, and it just vanished pretty much from planet for about 2 months, I think, give or take. And I made my current YouTube channel, which you're watching now. But yeah, I'm trying to point out this as a more of personal story, I guess. Tangents with Hydras that I'm probably gonna call the clips that I'm gonna do whenever the hell I feel like it, because I don't care about schedules. I'm bad with schedules because I have ADHD. The thing I wanna express with this entire video is just don't rely on a game, community, or generally anything on your computer as a form of coping mechanism. It is not gonna end up well. It is potentially gonna lead to burnouts, worse mental state, etc, etc, which I'm not gonna list now because I can't really think straight, because it is kind of late for me right now when I'm recording. It's like past midnight. But I wanted to just pretty much talk openly about what you should in my opinion, do, and what you shouldn't do if you want to speedrun, or if you're generally playing online games or games with communities, or generally communities in this case. If you would ask me as to what would I do differently, I would just not interact as much with the community. I would try to just keep it on the server or forum or whatever the hell you want to call it these days, because it doesn't really matter in my opinion. It's the same thing everywhere. Try to keep your personal life exposure at minimum, which is really common sense, I guess. And also try to understand when to stop. If you have genuine troubles stopping yourself from playing certain game a lot, speedrunning, doing certain things that can cause harm to your mental health or other problems in such parts, please talk with your close ones, like your family, friends, loved ones. Try to find therapy as soon as possible, like a psychiatrist, psychologist, to get everything sorted. Try to get your mental health stabilized. Don't waste your time just going, oh boys, woe is me, I am sad now, blah blah blah, boo hoo. Get help. Don't sit there doing nothing, playing a game for 150 hours that I have on Cruelty Squad as an example, which who in the right mind is gonna play that game for that long, for Christ's sake. Just seek professional help, seek people you find comfort in, talk with them, be open, don't hesitate on admitting mistakes. We are humans. We are born to be making mistakes like this, so others can teach us, because they also made the same mistake or just know how to help you. it's not really that hard to just understand this kind of mentality, I guess, the best way I can say it. But to execute it is the hardest part. But I believe in you, and you can do this. And I really hope, at least to someone, this helps, because it's really common to see speedrunners also be really depressed or deal with some sort of issue, whether it be alcohol addiction, drug addiction, cigars addiction, God knows what kind of addiction, mental health issues, whatnot. It's super common. You would be surprised what I've heard in Defrag alone. How come Cruelty Squad? It's just, Jesus Christ. Those people are really worryingly screwed in the head, let's say that way. So if you do genuinely notice any of these patterns, any form of mental health problem, whether it be depression, anxiety, whatnot, or have addiction of some kind, talk with people. Get professional help, but first talk with your closest ones rather. Don't hesitate. You should do this with no second thought, honestly. Because this is a really serious thing that many people don't see past the screen of just, this guy's running this really cool game. Wow, guys, whoa. Like, okay, cool, but do you not understand the fact that maybe some of these people use this as a coping mechanism? And maybe that someone is your friend. But if you have people who actually speedrun a lot, talk with them just openly and be there for them, because they will probably appreciate more than you would expect. It's a shame that it's so common with people to speedrun and be miserable, but alas, we really can't do much about that, except try to help them. Try to tell them to get help, and then help them to recover. Be supportive to those who you care. Stay frosty. See you next time.